So my name is Mike Williams. Let's see, I'm married to Amy. We've been married for coming up on 12 years in about a month, which is cool. So we have two children, Jackson, who's 7, going on 8 this summer, and Maddie, who is 6, a rising 3rd grader and a rising 1st grader. Yeah. So probably around 2017, we started coming, relatively infrequently, but, enough. I mean, once a month, I would say. I'm just totally making that up, like as far as how frequent. And then 2018, probably early 2018, we started coming very regularly to St. Peter Shinami, weekly mass, every Sunday. And that's when I started really connecting with the mass. Again, really appreciating tradition and history and really understanding, thinking I was understanding kind of the mass and understanding, being able to recite the prayers. And so feeling connected, not just like an outsider. And I was in a really, really busy time in my career at that time, 2018, 2019. I was a young attorney at a big law firm, really demanding, 2 young children at this point. And it was grueling. And I was starting to feel the call to the faith a little bit. Kind of like I was going through all the motions, and I was like, I'd like to just actually come into the church. And I was talking to Amy on the phone, and the kids are home, and I'm wanting to be there, and I'm just not feeling. And I just pulled up St. Peter Shinami's website, and I kind of was like, oh, what's this all? And I went to the RCI page, and I saw information from Margaret O'Grady, and I shot her. I can't remember if I shot her an email. It was late. I mean, late for a business day. It was 5 probably. Yeah. I was going to be at work for the next several hours. And I just said, hey, I'm just interested. This is, I've been kind of just short email. I think within about 20 minutes, I got an email back from her. She said, do you have time for a call tonight, today, right now? And I was blown away, and I was like, if I don't say yes now, I'm going to make an excuse and not have to call. So she was like, sure, yeah, that's great. So I called her, and Margaret and I spoke on the phone. Gosh, I feel like for 45 minutes at that point. And she just asked me a lot of questions, and I gave her my story. And next thing you know, kind of in January, I was filling out my faith formation plan, meeting with, I don't even know what the title of the, kind of the precursor to RCIA, having coffees. First off, the program is super flexible. I mean, yes, it's a commitment and it's weekly, but there are times where it's not weekly, especially over the summer when people travel, but it's worth every single second of your commitment. So don't think you don't have time. That's what I'll say for the first thing. Imagine if you're standing, at the gates one day, and you said, "Sorry, Jesus, I just didn't have time." That doesn't fly. It doesn't mean that you have to be Catholic to get into. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying if you're really discerning on really deepening your faith or coming into a faith at all. The second thing I'll say is there is similar to the theme behind that response is that there is so much in our world right now that is that is pulling people away from the church, from the faith. So secular, so driven by materialism. And again, I first to raise my hand to be, I'm just like everyone else. I'm getting drawn by that. Is that there's emptiness there. There's temporary joy, but I've never experienced truly, and this is not just saying this. I've never experienced a true type of joy that I've experienced in something related to my faith before. Whether that's just deepening my relationship, having a more meaningful prayer life, which is difficult to maintain. Another first to admit that. It takes work. But the richer my prayer life is, the more meaning I'm having at Mass, the more meaningful my interactions with fellow friends and parishioners and strangers is.